Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 20.24. Our chapter is factory overhead variance. Few questions were already solved and hopefully you remember the format of this question, the formulas related to this question, and you can see the procedure is absolutely same performer, and the format was used to solve 10.17. That was the first question, and same performer and format we are using for 10.24. The very first thing which we do calculate is total variance or overall variance, which is in between actual and applied FH. So first you will write actual FH, and then you will be writing applied FH, and here you will calculate the variance by taking the difference between actual and applied FH. Then you will conclude by focusing upon applied. So if applied FH is more than your actual FH, applied FH is more than your actual FH, it means applied is more, you will conclude as over applied. Then we have if applied FH is less than actual, applied is less, would be called under applied. In this way you will conclude, and then you will calculate second variance, which is your budget variance, spending variance or expenditure variance. And how would you calculate it? It's a relationship between budget and actual. So you will write your budget FH and then you will write actual FH. Here you will calculate the variance by taking the difference between budget and actual FH. Difference would be written over here, which would be the variance. Then you will conclude how? By focusing upon actual FH. So if actual FH is more than your budget, that means you are spending in actual more than your budget. It would not be in your favor, so you will conclude unfavorable. And if actual FH is less than budget, so that means in real you are spending less, so it would be a good news and it will go in your favor, so you will conclude as favorable variance. All right, so next variance which you will calculate is volume or idle capacity variance, which is a relationship between budget and applied. So what you will do, you will write budget FH first, and then you will write your applied FH. Finally, you will calculate your variance over here. This variance would be the difference between budget and applied FH. Next, to conclude the variance by focusing upon budget. So if budget FH is more than applied FH, you will conclude budget is more. That would go not in your favor. So you will be writing it as unfavorable. Contrary to above, if budget FH is less than applied FH, so that means you are arranging less. It would be favorable for organization. You will conclude like this. So as you can see that all variances, all format is written, and we are actually required to calculate these three variances. Look at here, required is what? Total variance, volume variance and budget variance. Here at start of our format, you have written total variance, then you will calculate budget variance, then you will calculate capacity or volume variance. Now let's see what our question is saying. Since the right side of the page is used for the supporting calculations, we cannot solve our question through this left side performer until we had complete the supporting statements. And for supporting statement, the very first thing which you will write would be your actual FH, and actual FH is usually given in your question. So we will see and write down later on. And then you will be calculating second supporting statement, which is applied FH rate or applied FOH first would be calculated. It has a single line formula. How? Actual hours, and it would be multiplied by applied FH rate, with which you will be able to calculate your applied FH. Then you need to calculate your budget FH. It has two-line formula. First, you will multiply actual hours with variable rate. Actual hours, and it would be multiplied by variable FH rate. You will get first value and will write over here. After which you will add fixed FH. Sum of both lines would be your budget FH. Again, what we are doing, I'm just repeating it. These are supporting statements without which you will not be able to calculate any of the variance present over here. You can see you must have actual FH, you must have applied FH, which would be calculated over here. You must have your budget FH, and which would be calculated from number 3. But in the similar way, above 3 calculations would not be completed until we have fourth calculation, and that fourth calculation is FOH, fourth A, that is applied FH rate or total rate. It has combination or sum of two rates, fixed FH rate and variable FH rate. So we will sum these rates, with which we will get our total applied FH rate or total rate. What you will do? You will sum up these two rates. But for that, we'll have to calculate factory overhead fixed rate. Fixed FH rate would be calculated. How? You will take fixed FH and it would be divided by estimated hours or units. Then at 4B, you will calculate your variable FH rate. How? By taking variable FH first and then to divide it upon estimated hours. So you can see we have written formula, all supporting statements and variances, but still nothing has been calculated. And you will have to make your mind whenever you will solve these questions. You will have to write everything present over here. Alright, there might be somehow you will decrease the statement according to the requirement of the questions, but main statement would be same. You will always be writing budget variance, volume variance, and total variance. Okay, come over here. Budget fixed FH of factory is 112 500. It's fixed FH. Alright, so why we need fixed FH? We can calculate this fixed FH rate. How? You will divide fixed FH by estimated hours, and fixed FH is given 1,12,500. You can write 1,12,500. It would be divided by estimated hours, and you can see budgeted volume is mentioned over here. Budgeted volume is 30,000. Estimated or budgeted volume is almost the similar thing, as nothing else is given. So in this way you will calculate your fixed FH rate. Have you observed what we are doing? Question was starting from here. Instead of solving any part on left side at start of question, we are solving the last part at first stage. And please follow the same procedure. Without solving last parts, you will not be able to solve above right side, right page parts. And if right page is not completed, you will not be able to complete your left page. So it's a procedure. Now you can put these amount on calculator. 1,12,500 would be divided by estimated hours, which are 30,000. So first rate has been calculated 3.75, which is fixed FH rate. Let's proceed next. It is said that variable overhead is budgeted 6.25 per hour. Per hour mean it is rate. 6.25 it is written variable. So what does that mean? Variable FH rate is automatically been provided We do not need to divide variable as FH by estimated hours, as variable FH rate is already provided, which is 6.25. So you are now open to write here 6.25. As you can see, we have mentioned the formula. Variable FH was meant to be divided by estimated hours. But since this variable FH rate is already given, we do not need to divide it. Direct rate has been provided to us. Alright. Then we will go to the next step. Actually, next step is the back step. So here we can calculate applied FH rate by adding two rates. Fixed FH rate, which was 3.75. So first rate was 3.75, and then you need to add what? Variable FH rate. Variable FH rate we have mentioned over here 6.25. So write down 6.25 over here. When you will add, you will get applied FH rate or total applied FH rate. So what we will do on calculator, 3.75 would be added in 6.25. So total applied FOH rate has been arrived, it is 10. Now we'll further take the next step, which is actually the back step. Third step is to calculate budget FH. For that we need actual hours. So let's see where actual hours are mentioned. After 30,000, it has been said that factory overhead worked. Worked is a past tense. It means actually they have worked 28,000 hours. So we have found out our hours, which is 28,000, and we need to multiply. Follow this formula. We need to multiply it with variable FOH rate. And as you can see that you have already calculated variable FOH rate, which was 6.25. So you can put 6.25 over here, and now calculate the amount on calculator. 28,000 multiplied by 6.25. So you will get your first line answer, and then you need to add fixed FH. And fixed FH 1,12,500. Look at here, 1,12,500. We have written this fixed FH. We have written this fixed FH from the question. So you can directly add 1,12,500 fixed FH, add both. First line answer 1,75,000, add 1,12,500 fixed FH. After adding it, we have got our answer for budget FH. So step by step, we are getting everything which we do need. So again, reverse step, we are now finding out applied FH. For that, we need actual hours. Actual hours were used to calculate budget FH, 28,000. So same actual hours would be written over here, 28,000. Now please follow the formula. We need to multiply it with what? Applied FOH rate. Applied FOH rate means total rate which we have calculated. You can see over here, applied FOH rate was calculated. It was 10. Put 10 over here. Alright, statement is completed. We are putting it on calculator. 28,000 were the actual hours, and variable FOH rate was 10. So this way you have completed your applied FOH as well. At 1 we need to have actual FH. For that, see this question. Here you have seen 28,000 were actually worked hours on March, and actual FH clearly mentioned actual FH is 2,60,000. So we are going to put 2,60,000 over here. So finally, all of our supporting calculations are completed. Actual FH, amount present, applied FH, amount present, budget FH, amount present. And please keep it in mind, these are the three basic factors with which all the variance present on left side would be calculated. So what we have done, we have calculated, and we have taken some of the amounts from the question. Actual FH was present in the question, and 2 or 3 Applied FH and budget FH was calculated with the help of these formulas. And these formulas were directly or indirectly related to these three rates, 4A, 4B and 4. Now we are very open to calculate our variances. For that, the first variance which we will calculate is total variance, for which we need actual FH. Look at here, highlighted area, actual FH was calculated, it was 2,60,000, you need to put over here. Okay. Second thing, you need applied FH. Please focus upon here, the highlighted area, applied FH was calculated, and the total amount which was calculated is 2,80,000. So put over here. It's time to calculate the variance by taking the difference between actual and applied. Actual and applied. Applied was 2,80,000 and you need to subtract 2,60,000 so that you can calculate the difference. The difference here is 2,000. Variance has been calculated. It's time to conclude. For which we will focus upon applied FH, which was 280 and actual was 260. So applied is more. It would be called over applied total variance. Okay, first variance we have calculated. Let's see if answer should be given. Okay, A part was total variance and total variance is calculated here 20,000 and 20,000 is written over here. Under applied is mentioned no, here printing mistake is your applied FH was 2,80,000, actual FH was 260,000. Yes, there is printing mistake in the question. It is over applied because applied is more than that of actual FH. There might be sometimes bookish mistake, we can ignore it. So 20,000 answer is matched over here, 20,000 is written over here. It's time to calculate our budget variance. For that we need budget FH. And you can see the highlighted area, we have calculated budget FH over here, and then amount of budget FH is 287,500 put over here. Next element which we need is actual FH, and you can see it was mentioned in the book highlighted area 2,60,000 put over here. Both budget and actual has been written. It's time to calculate their variance by taking the difference between actual and budget FH. Alright, so how much budget FH is 2,87,500 and you need to subtract actual FH which is 2,60,000. So here we have the variance. It is pending variance. It's time to conclude what type of variance it is. For that we will focus upon actual. Actual was 260, budget was 287, so it means actual was less. Whenever you are spending less, it will always be in your favor, so it is favorable budget variance. We have calculated budget variance spellings. Let me correct. It is budget variance. Okay. Out of three requirements, total variance, volume and budget, we have calculated two requirement. Budget variance is calculated. Let's check it out. C requirement, your budget variance, C requirement 27500 and we have calculated 27500. It is favorable and it is also written favorable over here. So that means our answer is matched. Third variance we are going to calculate is volume variance, which is in between budget and applied FH. Budget FH we need to mention over here. You can see highlighted area, we have already calculated budget FH which was 287,500 put over here. Then you need to write down applied FH. You can see applied FH is calculated over here, which is 2,80,000. You will put over here. Both amounts have been written. It's time to calculate volume variance, which would be the difference between budget and applied. Your budget was 287,500 and you need to subtract 280,000, which was your applied FH. Difference has been calculated. Variance arrived. It's time to conclude. How you will conclude? You will see, focus upon budget FH, which was 287. Budget is more. Whenever you are arranging more amount, you are making budget which is more than applied, it would always be unfavorable. So you are writing unfavorable volume variance over here. Alright, so it means all of our three variances calculated. Last variance was volume variance, and here you have calculated its answer. Let's see. Second part was volume variance. But try to understand, we have followed the format. In format, second was budget variance and third was volume variance. And here requirement was little different. At B part they have a required volume variance, and we have calculated at number 3. So B part volume variance answer was 7500, and here you can see we have written 7500. Unfavorable is mentioned over here and unfavorable is mentioned over here as well. It means all three variances are calculated and all three variances answer are also matched. So time for 10.24 solution is ended, but I really suggest you, whenever you complete question, please review that question before handing over to your examiner, as it might be possible some of the factors were missed. So first variance calculated, answer was matched, okay. Second variance calculated, answer was matched. Third variance is calculated, answer was matched, okay. The twist or the difference of this question, if we compare this question to the other question, is the only one thing, that was variable FOH rate. You can see we haven't applied the formula over here, and without application we have written the rate. Why? Because rate, variable FOH rate was given in the calculated form. 6.25 was already written over here in the question, so we have directly written the rate. So sometimes it happens you have your formula, but without applying your formula you can have your answer, since question was supporting. So this 6.25 was the variable FOH rate which we have added into fixed FOH rate. We have calculated fixed FOH rate by dividing fixed upon estimated hours. Answer was here. So by adding both we have calculated FOH applied rate. These three rates were used to calculate budget FOH and applied FOH. So in this way our question has been completed. Thank you very much for your time, but if you have any query, any question regarding 10.24, you are very open to ask by messaging or texting, or you can directly meet as well. For the time being, I'm just willing to take permission from you to say goodbye, and then we will be looking and meeting again for the solution of any other question. Up till then, please take care of yourself, and I'm asking to please pray for me as well. Thank you very much for your time. Allah Hafiz.